congregation there, and he sat there quietly as people went past him and snubbed their nose at him and paid him no attention. Some of them didn't even speak to the man. And, this is so like some of the churches that, once we've gotten saved, we think, oh, we're better. We all hotty-toddy now. We're better than anybody else. But this pastor, incognito, sit there, and then when they introduced him, this was the first morning that he was going to preach his sermon, and everyone was excited about, oh, we're going to have a new pastor. Where is he? We can't wait to see him. And then when his name was called, they said, well, we're going to introduce the new pastor. Welcome, Dr. So-and-so. And he got up from the back and walked up, and everybody saw this bum walking up to the pulpit, and he got in the pulpit, and the first thing he said was, we are dismissed because my sermon has already been preached. And people were crying and shaking their heads because it cut them to the core. So let us be of the same mind. Let us stop judging because someone doesn't look like we look, or someone doesn't act like we act. You never know. You may have entertained an angel unaware. So we need to start to be a little bit more sympathetic. We need to walk in somebody else's shoes, because sometimes it's get hard. But you know what? If you are the same mind with one mind and accord, you will remember there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
All right, getting ready for Ask Your Neighbor. Think about what you want to talk about, 865-457-1380.
Good morning, and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
All right, we are here. Ask Your Neighbor, whatever you want to talk about. 865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. High school football kicks off this weekend, this Friday. Tonight, Coalfield versus Wartburg. Coalfield will be at Wartburg for varsity tonight. It's the big rival game. It's going to be broadcast on BBB TV 12. And Jasper.
Yeah, and you don't want to forget, just up the road, it's a big showdown tonight with Anderson County and Powell for the Thursday night rivalry game.
Really? Did not know that. Now, Clinton, where's Clinton going to be at this?
Clinton will be traveling down to Cleveland tomorrow night, taking on, I believe it's the Blue Raiders. I believe that's right. But 7 or 7:30 kickoff. I need somebody called to confirm that.
Okay. And you are starting, you did this last year. And it's a lot of work. And I'm
Well, last year we did the Monday night sports talk, and it was their first year. And, there were growing pains and some things to learn from that. But what we have decided, and after our research, that we feel that Tuesday night sports talk would be the better fit.
Because Mondays they had
JV games, and it was hard for the coaches to get up here to interview. So basically I reached out to Jason Hammock to get his commitment level for being on our sports talk week in, week out. And like I said, we will decide to move it to a Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., which will replace primetime trading time for just that Tuesday nights. And then, however, we have added a digital platform, which we can also be viewed and heard on BBB TV 12 channel 1086 Comcast. And we will be doing our Facebook feeds from my personal Facebook, as well as WYSH. And, of course, Melissa will be up here running the boards along with her help.
So you're going to have interviews with coaches, former coaches?
Yes, and this week's interview will be with Coach Jason Hammock to kick off our new advertiser, which is OEB Law, for the Tuesday Night Sports Talk. And, I want to say a big thank you to Tim Elrod for stepping up and helping us out, which he's always a big helper when it comes to high school football.
And he's really excited about it, too.
He's very excited, as well as we are, too. And we'll bring back the history lesson with John Sleepy Williams. He'll give us a 3-minute rundown of, again, as I always say jokingly, is what color socks that they were wearing back in the day for this game or that game, or any details about certain games. Like I said, the history lesson will take you back in time and reminisce of some of the old memories in Clinton High School.
You gonna have any UT? I know last year you had some former UT players.
Well, I'm going to reach out to some of the UT football players. I may have them from time to time, but as of right now, we want to put our focuses on Clinton High School, make it a positive year. And when Clinton is faced with adversity, the people always pull together, and they're Clinton strong for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting year for Clinton. This is, like you said, it's been a bad year for the football program. But you know what? You never know. You never can tell what's going to happen.
Well, again, we just we will, and I know we will, with the leadership that we have. Jason Hammock has got a great line of coaches there helping him out, Don Colquitt and just a bunch of others that is going to contribute to a great season, I'm sure. But back to the sports talk, I know that you're going to enjoy it. We'll have some of it. Sounds like we got a caller.
Yeah, let's see what we got. Hello, this is Ask Your Neighbor. What can I do for you? Hello. Well, guess we didn't have a caller there, Jasper.
Well, phone ring.
Walt's still going to do the games?
Yeah, now Walt will be in here with me on Tuesday nights to recap the football weeks, the scores and stats and such as. So he is the right-hand man. He's the guy in the orange and white.
And we got some new equipment this year that we've been testing out to broadcast from the game, so it should be pretty good. It's really good state-of-the-art equipment that we got.
Well, anytime we can make upgrades to make the clarity of the broadcast sound much better, it's always a positive and a plus. Being a locally owned radio station, we have had our struggles, but we always tried to find a way to make it a better broadcast for our listener.
And I said this earlier on Trading Time that, when I came from Vegas, Clark County, Nevada is the 5th largest school district. One school Chaparral High School has 6,000 kids, but there was never any hometown feeling when you're at a high school football game. The stands would be half empty, but I moved here to Tennessee, and I'm just, the hometown feeling at a football game and a football team. All right. Hello, this is Ask Your Neighbor. What can I do for you?
Well, I was going to call there and see what Jasper thought about Clinton's first 2 games this year.
Well, I know that it's going to be a challenge. Cleveland came in here last year, beat us, and basically took hold of that game from us. But this year is going to be a different year, so hopefully we'll go down there and play a game, but it will be a challenging game for the first 2 games of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Both of them are on the road, too, aren't they?
On the road, but then we open up September the 6th, which I would like to go ahead and mention this for September 6th, which we are going to announce that we're having Alumni Night on September the 6th at the Clinton Dragon Stadium. It's anybody from graduated from the 50s all the way up to 1999. There will be a hospitality tent. There will have finger foods. You can RSVP our athletic director, and you'll get 2 free tickets to that game if you're alumni to get in on that Friday night. But Mike, you'll need to come out and join us for Alumni Night on September the 6th. But we're in the process of getting that out on social media, but I'll go ahead and be the first to break it here on the radio. It will be Alumni Night at Clinton Dragon Stadium on September the 6th. So tell all of your Dragons, which from Jerry.
Well, who will we be playing against?
Scott County.
Yeah, Scott
County. Okay, then. I got you there, but I know I've got a grandson there. He's not very big, but he's on the football team there. He's a little 135-pound junior, but he just said by looking at some of the tape and stuff there that Cleveland actually looks pretty good.
Yes, they are. They're a very finesse football team, and I hope that Clinton can go down there and make it a ball game with them.
Well, hopefully so. There, maybe we can get the high roller there to come and officiate our home game against Scott County.
Oh, Lord, what are you doing? No.
I don't know if that'd be good or bad.
Yeah, well, if he sees me on the sidelines there with the Dragon, the yellow flag's going to drop every time because I would be in his ear like you would not believe.
My first game is Friday night, Oliver Springs versus, who did I tell you yesterday? South Pitt, right?
South Pitt, yes.
Yeah, that's my game on Friday night.
I think that's an OEB law game, isn't it?
Well, I believe so. It will be broadcast on BBB TV 12, which Tim Elrod and OEB Law is a partner with Brad as well. Again, this year, he's one of our partners for our Tuesday night sports talk.
Oh, okay, then. Well, South Pittsburgh they're just notorious have been good for years.
So.
They've turned out some good football players down there.
Well, Mike, looking at the schedule, what is your prediction the Dragons will do this year?
Well, I hope for the best.
Yeah. Well,
but we don't have an easy schedule, and to be honest with you, Jasper, I think if we could win 4 games, it's going to be a successful year with the teams that we're having to go against.
Well, I see 3 of the games. I think, as district games, I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4 district games. And if, for instance, I think we stand a very good chance against Campbell County. I think we stand a good chance against Lenoir City and a good chance against Carnes. The challenging game that we'll have that we beat last year would be Oak Ridge.
Oak Ridge should be pretty good.
And I suppose
do we play Anderson County again this year?
We do play Anderson County. It's not a district game. However, like I said, there's three out of the 4 district games that are winnable for the Dragons, which would put them in playoff contention. So, let's hope for a great year for them.
Well, I think that Anderson County has Campbell County's quarterback this year.
Is that right?
That they had there, and of course the Price twins there, they left Campbell County, and I think they went to Grace Christian, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's correct. They did accept the Grace Christian job, and I think Pemberton is the new coach up there at Campbell County. So he's
well, and our game will be at Campbell County this year, won't it?
No, it's actually home on September the 3rd. Then we follow
September 13th.
September 13th, yeah, September 13th. Then we follow up with Powell, Oak Ridge, and Anderson County, which is right there in the meat. Those are some tough games ahead after that Campbell County game.
Yeah, no kidding there. You start out with Cleveland and West, and then you schedule gets a little bit more manageable there, and then you got to knock heads with them three powerhouses.
Oh, yes, those three are definitely a powerhouse, but then we close out with Lenore City, Carnes, and Heritage. Two of the three games are district games, so if we can get those 2 wins there at the end of the season,
maybe we'll make the playoffs at least.
We can make the playoffs. But,
absolutely. Well, all right, then. I forgot about the Tuesday night deal this past week there, but I'll definitely be tuning in this next Tuesday.
Well, this coming Tuesday will be our first edition. We didn't do it because we don't have any games to recap or talk about. We can talk and take a look ahead, but we couldn't recap any games, so we decided our first edition will kick off on the 27th next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, then. So I didn't miss anything.
No, you didn't.
Well, I'm not wishing no bad will or nothing, but I'm afraid we ain't going to have much to talk about next Tuesday, but hopefully we will.
Well, we'll keep it as positive as we can. Again, our student athlete that we'll have up here next week is Bo Wright. We'll go in depth and give him an interview, kind of get to know him as a player off the field and what his aspirations in life are and what his goals and what he's going to be able to contribute as a Dragon. So,
Now, what about the coach there? Because I thought, this past Tuesday was when you was originally supposed to have him, but wasn't a lot of content to go over there. So you going to try to get Hammock up at a different time? Well,
Jason, and again, before I committed to doing the sports talk, I had to go out and find a brand new sponsor, which OEB did step up. But I got with Coach Jason Hammock and got his commitment level, and he is committed to coming up here every Tuesday night and recap and take a look ahead of the week ahead for the games and open the phones up for telephone calls. So.
Oh, okay then. Well, that guy at OEB there, man, he really goes all out, contributes a lot to high school football, doesn't he?
Tim Elrod is a great attribute to high school sports. He helps, you say "rack into a check" is his motto, his slogan there, but he also delivers checks to some of these schools and helps with donations. And Tim is he's a remarkable person. And we're just glad to have him on board as one of our title sponsors for the Sports Talk.
Good deal, then. Well, good deal. I'll be tuned in there Tuesday there, and good luck to the Dragons there at Cleveland there tomorrow night. That game that's going to be on TV tonight should be a good one there. If you like watching high school football, that'll be Powell High School at Anderson County.
Yep. What's your prediction on that one? Who wins?
I like the Panthers.
You like the Panthers?
I like the Panthers there. They've got a strong little running back there that put up a lot of yards last year. And but I don't know that much about AC this year, but we'll just stay tuned in and watch and see there. Because I think that Powell and that they played one quarter or whatever, but they actually beat Bearden, and I kind of predict Bearden to be pretty good this year.
Yeah. Well, I was at Weigel's this morning getting my coffee, and of course I did run into Matt Lowe. And
oh, okay.
And I said, "Hey, it's game day." He said, "We're ready." So he had his game day smile on. So.
Oh, I hear you there. Yeah.
Two good coaches going head to head. Coach Davey Gillum and
Matt Lowe.
They're two great coaches, and last week I did talk to Matt Lowe about the rivalry, and it's just 7-8 miles apart and the rivalry has really grown for Anderson County and Powell for that game, and I'm expecting a big crowd up there tonight.
Oh, I actually believe it there. I think that you'll be surprised there. There'll be a lot of the Clinton football players will be up there.
Yeah. Well, if we got Dave Queener listening, get him to call in and give his prediction on tonight's games. And
no. All right then there. All right then. Good talking to you, Jasper.
We appreciate it. Look forward to
guys
having
there.
you on
Enjoy your weekend there. Well, we got one more day. Today's just Thursday. Guys, for some reason I was thinking it was Friday there.
Well,
so Jasper, you and High Roller, have a good evening.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be a busy weekend for us.
Yes, sir. All right. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Yeah, looking at the schedule here. What do you think of the Oak Ridge game? That's away. That's going to be at Oak Ridge on the 27th of September.
Yeah, that will be a tough game. Of course, they're going to remember the playoff game from last year. You know, that really hurt them, I'm sure, because it's been a long-standing record that they have beating Clinton. So.
Hello, this is Ask Your Neighbor. What can I do for you?
I was going to tell Jasper a prediction.
All right, go ahead.
Jasper, I'm going to tell you, Oak Ridge ain't got no cakewalk Friday night. They got to play Jefferson County, and I'm looking in the sports page. Jefferson County's got one big dude that plays for them, and he needs to be playing college ball.
Who is it?
His name is Nick Moore.
Okay.
Pretty good sized fella.
And what school did you say?
Jefferson County.
Jefferson County. Well, luckily, I don't think we got to play Jefferson County this year unless we ever.
Oak Ridge plays them Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
That's right. We had our own Mike Kelly over at our sister station, Merle. He's one of the coaches down there, so he did tell me that they're playing Jefferson County. So that's right.
We'll have to see how that goes, though.
And what's your prediction on tonight's game, Carl?
Man, it's going to be close. You know, we go down to Cleveland. Every time we go down there, we get beat, and we got beat last year up here. So I say 28-21, Cleveland.
Well, what about tonight, Powell and Anderson County?
I say 28-7, Powell.
Okay. All right. That sounds great.
Okay.
Well, if anybody knows out there that knows how to get hold of Gary Terry or Davey Gillum, if they'd like to call in and talk about tonight's game here on WYSH, we'd certainly welcome that. So maybe I'll try to reach out here in just a few minutes to get either Gary Terry or Davey Gillum on.
Yeah, I'd like to hear his prediction, see what he says. All right, Jasper, y'all have a good day.
You too, sir. Thanks for calling.
All right.
All right, talking football, and tonight on BBB 12, 1086 or 1081, wherever you're watching from, they have the Wartburg versus Coalfield game. Then, of course, tomorrow night, Clinton versus Cleveland. That's an away game. Then on August 30th, they have West. September 6th, they have Scott County, which is a home game. September 13th, they have Campbell County, which is a home game. September 20th, they have a home game with Powell. September 27th, they're playing Oak Ridge. It's an away game at Oak Ridge. October 4th, it's an away game at Anderson County. October the 11th, they have Lenore City. That's going to be a home game. And then the last two games of the season is October 25th, Carnes, and November 1st, Heritage. That's an away game. So high school football is back in East Tennessee. Also, don't forget, 31st is the first home game for the Tennessee Vols taking on Chattanooga. That's going to have a kickoff at 12:30.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
Hey friends, it's Cougar from Rusty Wallace Nissan, and our end of summer sales event is going strong. For the first time ever, get up to $10,000 over KBB value for your trade. That's right, $10,000 over KBB for your trade, any trade. And you still get our exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. Also, 0% financing on 5 different models. And mention this ad and make 0 car payments till January 2025.
Take over KBB Max discount. 196.
All right, we're back talking a little high school football. We have a show on Tuesday nights, Tuesday Night Sports Talk. It's sponsored by the OEB Law, and interviews with coaches, former coaches, administrative players, and former players, sports trivia, the history lesson with John Sleepy Williams, game predictions by the WYSH staff, recap of the games with Coach Jason Hammock. That's every Tuesday from 6 to 7, OEB Law, Tuesday Night Sports Talk with Jasper and Walt. And a couple of sponsors, list the sponsors here that's sponsoring this year's Clinton Dragon football: Anderson Farmers Co-op, Anderson Crossings Pharmacy, Ace Hardware of Clinton, CUB, Hammers, Lowe's Toes, Karen's Carpet Sales, Pizza Express, OEB Law, Rogers Group. The live in-game sponsorship is Ace Hardware. Kickoff sponsors OEB is a timeout sponsor. So I want to thank everyone there for sponsoring high school football here on WYSH. High school football is very important to East Tennessee, and it's generational here. So, all right. Again, tonight on 1086 is 1081 is Wartburg versus Cofield. That's a big rival, huh, Jazz?
Yes, it is. It's a big game for both of them.
I remember there was a left guard and a right guard that played for Wartburg, and the combined weight, they were twin brothers, and they weighed, I think the combined weight was a little over 600 pounds. Those are big boys. Big boys. All right, you want to call in, talk about football or whatever, 865-457-1380, 877-711-4005. We'll take your questions, predictions, anything you want to talk about. We'll do it. Going to take a break. Be right back.
On July 13th, we witnessed an attempt to assassinate our former president, Donald Trump. By God's divine intervention, the bullet meant to kill him only struck his ear, sending him and many in the audience ducking for cover as additional rounds were fired. One firefighter in the audience, Corey Capatori, lost his life shielding his wife and daughter with his body. Marine Corps veteran David Dutch and American patriot James Copenhaver were also wounded. This ad was originally meant to be about our pest control services. But instead, we want to invite you to go to valorpest.com/donate and donate to the families of these victims. That's valorpest.com/donate. The would-be assassin was a weak coward and no match for our trained counter-sniper teams who put that good old American justice to work right there. May God be with the Trump family and comfort the families of the victims. Valor Pest Control. God, family, country.
All right, we are back, and tomorrow me and Jasper is going to be at the Mel Center, etc., in Oak Ridge, broadcasting live over on our brother station, Merle. And we'll be there from 11 to 2. Stop by, check us out. They got new owners out there, right?
Yes, they do. Her name is Gretchen. We'll be out there passing out swag.
Yeah, awesome.
I've reached out to Gary Terry. That might be him online.
Hello, this is Ask Your Neighbor. What can I do for you?
This is Gary Terry, Anderson County football.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary, thank you for calling in. We were just talking about tonight's rivalry between Anderson County and Powell, and just wanted to...
It's going to be a great one.
It should be a packed house up there, and I'm sure you guys are going to be trying to light up some fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
And what are your thoughts going into the game, and what can we expect out of Anderson County and Powell game tonight?
Well, if you're familiar with the series, they're up 4-1 on us here or 3-1 in the last 4 years. They've done a great job down there. Has a crazy run of talent. We've had a crazy run of talent too. It's been a lot of fun. This is probably one of the funnest games of the year. This would be the atmosphere in this game is rivals what we do when we go to Greenville. or Elizabethton, those top teams, and those playoff atmospheres where, there's 5,000, 6,000 people in the stands and a lot of energy, a lot of electricity in the air. We fully expect that tonight. I know online ticket sales, I've been monitoring those, and they're in the astronomical range for us right now. To sell 300 or 400 online tickets is incredible and a lot of fun. And if that's any indicator of what's going to come to the gate tonight, we'll be packed house overflow crowd, and that's our standard and expectation to Anderson County High School, to create an environment where people want to come to the game, and they may not even live here. They're coming to the game to see two great programs battle it out and a great atmosphere.
Yep. Well, when I called up there, they said that you were just coming out of a pep rally. What is the student body energy like right now coming out of that pep rally?
Yeah, the students, they just got back from summer break. We just started school. It's a great time to have a great pep rally. It's been on WHE this morning. The Living East Tennessee was there to showcase our school and our pep rally, and just an incredible fun.
Gary, how many returning seniors does Anderson County have this year?
We have 19 seniors that are back. I think we're probably 4 or 5 starters on each side of the ball, but 19 total seniors back.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you'd like for our listeners to know, like to talk about tonight's contest, or anything else that you would like to add?
Well, we've got another exciting football team. We've won 7 straight region titles, undefeated in the region play since 2016. So it's quite a historic run at Anderson County to do that. I don't know that it'll ever be duplicated again, but we're certainly going to try to keep it going this year. We've got another crazy schedule up front. We're going to go Powell, Science Hill, Bearden right off the bat, and later play West out of region, and of course Clinton out of region right there. So 5 great out of region upper classification games for the Mavericks. So we can't wait to do that.
Yeah. Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you for calling in and sharing that information with us. We wish the Mavs good luck tonight. Matter of fact, when I was getting my coffee this morning, I actually run into Matt Lowe, and I said, it's a game time. I said, what a exciting game on hand. So I believe he's ready. I think Anderson County's ready, and I think that the whole football community is ready to come up there and see a great matchup tonight between 2 great teams. And we wish you well, and we'll be in touch with you, Gary.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of Clinton fans up tonight. I know Clinton travels down to Cleveland tomorrow, so they're off tonight. I hope after they get done with their practice down there, I hope they come up and watch. It's going to be a great atmosphere for high school football and kicking off high school football in East Tennessee for the whole state right there tonight. So should be great, a lot of fun cheering on Clinton as they go down to Cleveland, and certainly hope those guys will come up and watch us play tonight.
All right. Well, good luck tonight, and thanks again, Gary.
Have a great one. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, that's Gary Terry, athletic director up there at Anderson County. So, the games don't get no bigger than that around East Tennessee. That's going to be the biggest matchup of the week, I'm sure. And
he said he had 300 pre-sale tickets already.
Yeah, so
it's going to be packed.
It'll be a good game, and they are a very classy program up there. They got a good fireworks show. Gary has done a very great job with building that program through the years with his coach, Davey Gillum, and the staff up there. So kudos to those guys. But back to the Dragons. Friday night, like he said, we'll go down there to Cleveland. We encourage every single body to take that road trip, get behind the Dragons, get loud, and get behind, stomp on those bleachers, make it rowdy, let them know who Clinton Dragons are.
And Walt's going to be broadcasting from down there, right?
Walt and Mr. Hollingsworth himself will be in there to call the play-by-play. And you can find us on WYSHradio.com, which will be streaming, and, of course, AM 1380. And Melissa will be back here running the boards, pressing the right buttons.
All right. Anybody else wants to call in? 865-457-1380, 877-711-4005.
Well, I haven't heard from Dave Queener. I'm so interested in hearing his prediction on that Anderson County Powell game. I'm interested. Anybody who wants to call in, give me your prediction tonight.
Yeah, 865-457-1380.
No time is a good time to have to call a tow truck, but when you have to make that call, Lowe's Tows is ready to help you. Lowe's Tows, a Wreckmaster certified operator serving Anderson and Campbell counties, Powell, and High School for over 29 years. And they can tow anything with wheels, whether it's a car, truck, motorcycle, everything from a Volkswagen to a semi. They've got you covered. They also offer jump starts, and if you've locked yourself out of your vehicle, give them a call. They can get you going again. Lowe's Tows works with all insurance companies and body shops. And be sure and ask about discounts for military and for employees of Anderson County and the city of Clinton. If you find yourself in need of a tow, give Lowe's Tows a call, 865-457-6927. That's 457-6927. Ready to serve you 24/7. Locally owned and operated. Here for you for 29 years and here for you now. Lowe's Tows, 865-457-6927. We don't want your arms and legs, just your toes.
All right, we're back. Ask Your Neighbor. And we're talking about high school football or whatever you want to talk about, 865-457-1380. How long have we been broadcasting the Clinton Dragons?
Well, it goes back to the 60s.
All the way back.
And that's one of the longest traditions in the state of Tennessee, I believe, of a locally owned radio station broadcasting football games.
Yeah, every football game away or home, we broadcast it for you. And Tuesday nights, Jasper's going to have his OEB Law Tuesday night sports talk. You need to tune in and listen to us at WYSHradio.com and BBB 12. Lots of stuff from 6 to 7, so there won't be a trading time that night. So sports talk, Jasper Young and Walt Stair. Tuesday nights right here on WYSH. Anything else, Jazz?
Well, you said there will be no trading time, but if anybody's got any Clinton Dragon memorabilia that's just a treasure that they'd like to come on our sports talk and sell, I'll open it up for that.
Yeah, what is there any like a Clinton Dragon like memorial? You know what I'm talking about? Like
memorabilia. I don't know if. I would like to know if there is a Letterman jacket from the 50s or 60s or something.
Yeah, they should.
Now, I know Jerry Shattuck. He is one of our longest living alumni that is just a book of knowledge for Clinton. He's such a great resource to have, but I'm sure Jerry has some of that memorabilia.
They should display it at the school somewhere.
But if you walk into Clinton High School, which I did this past week, meeting with the new principal, Robbie Harrell, but it's amazing. They've got all of the history as you walk right into there on the wall, and it's just phenomenal. They've got the postings of people, what they've achieved on their ACTs, and of course, Ron's son Trey is up there on there, one of the students that I recognize, but of course, as Ron has mentioned, Trey is in the
Friar the Southland Band.
The Southland Band, and he will
UT, and he'll be performing
a week from Saturday.
The
Vol Walk.
He'll be on the field. So, man, it's exciting football. This is always a very exciting time here in East Tennessee.
Well, if they don't want to predict the Clinton schedule this year, then go ahead and call in and predict for the Tennessee, what's the record going to be this year?
865-457-1380. We're going to take one more break, be right back, and then we'll kind of maybe wrap it up if nobody got a call, so we'll be right back.
So on behalf of myself and all the Opry members of past and present and future, Luke Combs, you are now officially the newest member of the Grand Ole Opry.
Being inducted into the Opry by Joe Diffie and Vince Gill, two artists I grew up listening to, was one of the highlights of my life. Every time I'm on the Opry, I share the stage with my heroes and play the music that I love. There's nothing else like it, whether you're behind that microphone or out in the crowd. On any given night, you could see a once-in-a-lifetime performance or watch an artist get a surprise invitation to join the greatest family in country music. Even if you've seen the Opry once, you haven't seen it all. It's a blast, not just for fans, but for artists too.
See your favorite artists at the Grand Ole Opry, both classic and new. And stay tuned here to WYSH because we give away a pair of tickets to the Grand Ole Opry every Wednesday.
I'm Luke Combs, and I'll see you soon at the Opry, the show that made country music famous.
In a crisis, your number one need is food, because when things go sideways, it's always one of the first things to sell out. But if you wait to stock up, all you'll find at the grocery store are crowds of desperate people and empty shelves. That's why FEMA and the Red Cross say you need at least 72 hours of non-perishable food. But here's the good news. For Patriots, the trusted preparedness company is offering listeners of this station a special buy one, get two free deal on its best-selling 72-hour survival food kits. This new and improved kit has 20 servings of delicious food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all designed to last for 25 years. It sells for $29 and has been rated 4.4 stars by thousands of happy customers. But when you act quickly and buy one kit, you will get two more kits absolutely free. That's 3 kits for the price of one. $58 in free food. Go to freefood1.com. That's freefood1.com. This deal won't last. Go to freefood1.com now.
And we are back talking high school football, talking about Jasper's new show. It's a Tuesday night sports talk sponsored by OEB Law. Going to have it here on every Tuesday from 6 to 7. It's going to be with Jasper and Walt. So you need to tune in.
Well, let me correct you, Jay.
Hit
It's not my show. It's the Dragon Community Show, but I'm hosting it.
That's right. Hosted by Jasper Young and Walt Stair.
That's right.
That's what it says on the intro, by the way.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say my show.
No, it says hosted by Jasper Young.
Yeah, but you said it was my show. It's the Dragon Community Show.
Well, you're the one who's putting it together. I got to tell you, there's a lot of work behind putting a show like this together. An hour doesn't seem very long, but when you're trying to squeeze in all the interviews that he has lined up, it's hard to get it in an hour's time, but always seems to make it work, and so it should be fun. So you're going to be at the game tonight in Anderson County?
Yeah, I plan on going up there if I can get away, if my wife don't have too many chores for me. So
yep, I'll be down in Midway today.
I might try to bring my grandson to.
Yeah, put his own. He has a Clinton shirt, doesn't he?
Oh yes, he does. But shoot, it's been 2 weeks since we bought it. He might have bought it already.
Well, we got a call. Hello, this is Ask Your Neighbor. What can we do for you?
Yes, sir. Hi, Roller there. Did I understand you to say that the show is going to be on from 6 to 7? So does that mean it's going to preempt the prime time?
Yep. We will not have primetime trading time on Tuesday night.
Oh, okay then.
But we will have, if someone has like he says, any Clinton Dragon memorabilia that they want to sell, call in.
I don't know that he'd want to sell it, but I know that Bear Stevenson's got some, Jasper.
Yeah, we were just talking to him, Jerry. I'd be interested in seeing some of that stuff. So I was telling Jay that I don't know if I said this online or if I said it off the air, but Clinton's got this new wall that they have just a bunch of history on it. As you walk in to the office area up there, it's just phenomenal when you walk in and see that, all the history through the years. I mean, just the buildings from 1920 and 30, just the history is something else here in Clinton.
Oh, I know the school looks totally different now than what it did when I was in there in the early 70s.
Yep.
So, everything has changed there. But yeah, Bear there, he's probably 80 years old there, and he's still wearing his leather jacket from high school.
Yes, matter of fact, I think I do have a picture with Bear wearing that one night at the game. So
he's probably not that old, but I did kid him there when Ron had him up at the station there. I said, "That Bear, when y'all wore them old leather helmets, didn't you?"
Well, when I talked with Robbie up there, my suggestion was to dress Jerry Shattuck and Bear Stevens in their old uniform, put some shoulder pads and a helmet, let them lead the Dragons out, and let's do a big old alumni history night on September the 6th.
Well, that would be pretty cool there. I don't know where he's located at there, but Jimbo Hodge there, he was a good player back in the day.
Well, we would love Mike to have every single player, when we sat there and think of names and tried to people to reach out.
Charles McCray, Larry Severs.
Yeah. Fritz.
David C. Fritz is the best ever.
Yes. Somebody said that I believe it was Jerry Shattuck said he was one of the strongest running backs he had ever seen.
Absolutely. I'll agree with him 100% there. And I watched a lot of them there. John Miller, he was another one that was a good one.
Yeah, and we certainly, I don't know how comparison-wise, David C. Fritz and Scotty Witt, is different eras, but Scotty Witt was, he was a beast to be reckoned with.
Oh, yeah, he was there. Him and he was good there, but, I often referenced David C. and Scotty there. I mean, it's like it was like men amongst boys out there.
Well, let me ask you this, Mike. I'm always trying to bring some of the Dragons of the past on the program, but of course I've ran into David C. Fritz at some of the games. But is there any former players that you'd like to have on our show that you'd like to hear from and find out what they're doing these days?
Yeah, I'm sure there. I'd have to. I mean, it's not all of them are coming to me right off the top of my head there because, good Lord, you have to look back there. Of course, I'm on up there in age right now, but a lot of them has passed on.
Yes, they have. So
a lot of the former good players that was back in my era. But yeah, Jimmy Hodge, David C., Larry, Charles McCray, I mean, those were just some of the, but I mean, there's a whole lot more that played there, but I just don't know how many of them, after you get out of school and stuff, everybody goes different direction, you kind of lose contact with a lot of people.
Everybody scatters like roaches, don't they?
Yep, sure do, buddy.
Yeah.
Sure do there, but I'll be in touch with you, Jasper, there if some good names pop into my mind there, and I'll get back with you, okay?
Okay, that sounds great.
So that it will be it'll preempt the prime time trading time on Tuesday night from 6 to 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All righty then. All right. Thank you, guys.
All righty. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. And, don't forget to tune in Saturday morning from 6 to 9 for my show.
6 to 9. Great show, man.
A.M. 6 a.m.
6 a.m. You're up here early.
5:30.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning.
Before they even making biscuits.
That's right. But people get up just to hear that good old traditional classic country.
Yeah, and don't forget, listeners, when Jay's up here that morning, bring him some breakfast. Bring him some breakfast.
Yeah, I usually have an egg salad sandwich for breakfast that day, or cold pizza from the night before.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so again, the OEB Law Tuesday night sports talk right here on WYSH. You can get it at WYSHradio.com, BBB TV. Every Saturday, every Tuesday from 6 to 7. So make sure you tune in for that. All right, Jasper, anything else you want to add, man?
All I can say is go Dragons and go out to check out that Powell and Anderson County game tonight.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website.